Now let's try to give emphasis on the specific duties and responsibilities of the Board of Directors. One of the specific duties and responsibilities of the board is, of course, to formulate strategic development plan, which should be reviewed on a monthly basis. Of course, the board should develop the strategic plan for the co-op. Strat plan could be from 3-year to 5-year plan. And because one of the main functions of the board is to provide general policy direction. Okay. Second, the board should establish and maintain the organization of the board of directors. There should clearly describe responsibilities, authorities, and relationship from among the board of directors. Okay. Number 3, the board should establish the HRM framework for the cooperative. Of course, it is the role of the board to select the CEO, establish the job description, approve business plan, evaluate performance, decide compensation, and approve the development plans for the CEO. So, dapat trabaho ng board yun. Next here is, the board should determine and prescribe the organizational and operational structure. Operational structure meaning from the management to the lowest level. Dapat define yan ng board of directors. And of course, the board should approve and monitor the financial structure, policies, and budget based on the plan. We know very well, of course, the financial structure that, for example, if you are on savings and credit, the loan portfolio should be 70 to 80. Savings should be 55 to 65. Share capital should be 35 to 45, something like that. And next, the board's responsibility is to evaluate the capability, qualification, and recommend to the General Assembly the engagement of the services of external auditor. This is now included in the RA 9520. The board should, of course, recommend the engagement of the auditor. So, pinapa-aprobahan na yan ngayon sa GA. And of course, the board should appoint the members of the Mediation and Conciliation, Ethics Committee, and of course, other officers as specified in the cooperative bylaws. But of course, the powers and limitations should be within the bounds as prescribed by the Board of Directors. Karaniwan, sila ay limited to the policy development, the created committees. And next here is to establish key performance indicators for the cooperative in the components of people, money, and development. This will help the Board of Directors in the evaluation of the performance of the cooperative. And of course, the board should decide election-related cases involving the election committee or its members. Pero of course, if it is not the election committee who are involved in the case, election committee ang decide on. Okay. And of course, the board should act on the recommendations of the ethics committee on cases involving violations of the code of governance and ethical standards. Okay. And of course, they are to analyze and evaluate progress toward achieving the cooperative objectives and goals. And ideally, ito ay ginagawa on a semi-annual basis. In other co-ops na ginagawa yan, monthly pa no? Yung progress, evaluation. And next here is to maintain democratic control structure and a well-informed participatory membership. This is being done by conducting ugnayan or meeting with the members, something like that. No? And they need to ensure effective board operation and development. So, annually, conducting self and board evaluations and completing development plans. Meron na ngayon na ini-introduce sa mga cooperatives yung self-evaluation and peer evaluation of the Board of Directors. And there is a tool na ginagamit na ngayon sa Pilipinas para sa evaluation of the Board of Directors. And next here is the maintain effective relations with other cooperatives, with the community, and of course, with the government. Task din yan ng Board of Directors. You are to represent your cooperative. And of course, provide leadership by supporting and promoting the cooperative. If you are Board of Director, anywhere you go, whatever you do, you are still Board of Director. Yan, sinasabi dito, you are to support and promote the cooperative wherever you go. Sabi nga, it is not easy being a director. Cooperative operations are complex. Chances are, you didn't come to the cooperative with all of the knowledge and skills you need to serve effectively. Sabi nga, self-improvement through continuing education is the key. Okay, now let's go to the executive officers' duties of the board. Sino nga ba yung mga executive officers? Of course, they are the chairperson, and the vice chairperson, the treasurer, the manager, the secretary. They are the executive officers of the cooperative. So the chairperson should have knowledge and skills. Siyempre, dapat meron siyang leadership skills, including consensus building, mediation, and meeting management. Okay. While the vice chairperson, of course, should also have the leadership skills because in the absence of the chair, siya yung papalit doon sa chairperson. And the secretary responsibility, of course, is to prepare and maintain complete records of meetings, reports, and membership and board within 7 days. Dapat after the meeting ay nasa kanila na yung materials, no? For proofreading. Okay. Kailangan din mag-send siya ng full and complete copies of all board minutes to the committees. Prepare and send out notices of meetings to be held. Okay. Ano yung responsibilities niya? Of course, keep an updated and complete registry of members. Ensure that board decisions are transmitted to the management. Issue and certify the list of members or the MIGs as determined by the board. Ito, dapat meron din kayong definition what MIGs is in your cooperative. And of course, prepare and issue share certificate. Keep and maintain the share and transfer book. Siya din siyempre yung custodian of the cooperative seal. And of course, perform other duties as assigned. Treasurer. Ano naman yung responsibility ng treasurer? Have custody of cooperative assets. He need to ensure compliance with policies and in handling cash. And of course, you monitor and review the financial management operation of the cooperative as prescribed by the board. Actually, yung treasurer serve as the financial consultant of the board of directors and perform such other duties as assigned.